Raw sand is a mixture of disparate particle sizes, ranging from coarse gravel to microscopic flecks of clay. To use this material in engineering, for high-strength concrete or biosand water filters, we must categorize these sizes. This process is called particle size distribution, or PSD. Sieve analysis works by forcing the mixture through progressively smaller physical barriers. Each layer isolates a specific diameter, allowing us to see exactly how much of each size is present in the sample. We are going to execute a dry sieve analysis, following the protocol from initial sample preparation to mechanical separation. Successful testing requires specific hardware: a drying oven, a balance scale accurate to 0.5 grams, a standardized set of test sieves, cleaning brushes, and a mechanical shaker. Without this data, the structural integrity of mortar or the effectiveness of a water filter relies on guesswork rather than measurable standards. We start with a 12-kilogram bulk sample. At this stage, the primary concern is ambient moisture trapped between the sand grains. We bake the sample in a drying oven at 105 degrees Celsius for 12 to 24 hours. This ensures that the weight we measure later consists only of the aggregate itself, not trapped water. Once dry, we need to reduce the volume. Laboratory sieves are designed for a 1.2 kilogram sample, but scooping a random amount from the top of the pile will likely miss the larger particles that settled elsewhere. The quartering method solves this. By dividing the pile and discarding the opposite diagonals, we reduce the total volume while maintaining the original proportions of the material. You repeat this process, shaping the sand into a cone and dividing it until exactly 1.2 kilograms remains on the balance scale. This ensures the 1.2 kilograms is a representative sample. If this starting ratio is incorrect, the final data for the entire 12-kilogram supply will be skewed. Even a representative sample contains silt and clay particles, microscopic matter smaller than 75 microns, that must be removed before dry sieving. These fine particles cause agglomeration, where clay binds smaller sand grains into larger clumps. During a dry test, these clumps would be incorrectly recorded as large particles. We wash these out using a 75-micron sieve. However, pouring 1.2 kilograms of sand directly onto a mesh this fine would likely clog or tear the wires. To protect the equipment, we place a robust 1.18 millimeter sieve on top of the 75-micron sieve. This top layer catches the bulk of the sand, while it allows water and silt to flow through to the finer mesh. You run water over the sieves until the runoff transitions from muddy to clear, indicating the silt and clay have been removed. The washed sand is now wet again. It must go back into the oven for another 12 to 24 hours to return it to a dry, workable state. This washing phase ensures we are measuring individual grains of sand, not clusters held together by impurities. Before the final test, each sieve must be cleaned. Any particles caught in the mesh from previous use will add weight to your current results. Use a stiff wire brush for sieves with openings larger than 1 millimeter. For finer sieves, use a soft brush to ensure the mesh doesn't become distorted. The sieves stack in descending aperture size, sorting sand coarsest to finest. The solid pan goes at the bottom, followed by the 75-micron sieve, increasing to the 10 millimeter top layer. Pour the dry 1.2 kilogram sample inside and secure the lid. Place the entire stack into the mechanical sieve shaker and tighten the clamps to hold it in place. Once the motor is active, the machine vibrates the stack. This kinetic energy forces the particles to move across the mesh surfaces. The shaker runs for 15 to 30 minutes, providing enough time for the particles to find the gaps they can pass through. This mechanical process ensures consistency, forcing every individual grain of sand through the stack until it reaches a mesh too small to pass through. Once the shaker stops, we can disassemble the stack to see the results. The top sieves, like the 10 millimeter and 6.3 millimeter, now contain only the coarsest aggregate. Removing lower layers reveals smaller and smaller grains, down to the fine sand caught just above the pan. The receiver pan at the very bottom contains the final dust that passed through the 75-micron threshold. By weighing the material retained on each sieve, we can calculate the mass percentages and plot the particle size distribution curve. This data reveals if the aggregate meets the specific grading requirements for its intended use.